You know, you just ask yourself, what would Don Ho do?
I don't know. Aloha, folks. Welcome back to Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour. Thanks for joining us this week. If you joined us last week, we did the traditional 1944 Trader Vic's Mai Tai. I have a surprise. I think last week I talked over and over again about how if it's not that recipe, it's not a Mai Tai. Well, this week we're gonna do a drink that was made famous by the Don Ho glass. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I can put them here. But it says Don Ho, says Polynesian Palace, Waikiki, Hawaii. There were a couple of these that said suck 'em up on them as well. And they have a recipe on the back. I'll tell you, I've never made one of these drinks before. And so this is another Mai Tai recipe. I'm curious as to how this tastes. We're gonna try the Don Ho Mai Tai. If that goes against everything I said last episode, I don't know what to tell you. But this is the show, so, and it's my show, so. Also, I would like to bring onto the show a model who I've worked with a couple of times now, and she's joining us again tonight, a pinup model named Terra.
Hello, hello.
Hello, thank you for joining me on the show, Terra.
Absolutely.
Is it all I call you, is Terra?
Yeah, you can call me Terra, that's fine.
Terra, we shot some photos today.
We did.
I think there's some good photos in there.
I can't wait to see them.
What do you know about Hawaii? Have you been to Hawaii?
I have not been to Hawaii. I hear everybody gets laid, so that's pretty great. Get off the plane and
Oh, like that.
like you go. I don't know where your head's at, but
Okay, well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this cocktail. On the back of this glass is a recipe. I've never made this recipe before. You like rum?
I do.
Do you have a favorite tiki bar?
I really like Clifton's.
So you like Pacific Seas in Clifton's?
Yeah.
Me too. Love Pacific Seas. I think hopefully we're gonna be going back to Pacific Seas pretty soon. Maybe with Pinup Palmer.
Oh, I hope so. She's so great.
She's lovely. All right, so for this cocktail, oh wait, what are we gonna call this thing? It just says Mai Tai recipe.
We'll call it the Suck 'em Up Mai Tai.
The Don Ho Suck 'em Up Mai Tai?
Don Ho Suck 'em Up Mai Tai.
What do you know about Don Ho?
I don't know much. I don't.
Have you ever heard a song called Tiny Bubbles?
I have. No way.
That's the dude.
Will this Mai Tai have tiny bubbles?
Nope. I think he was singing about champagne.
Okay.
Or wine. Let's make the cocktail. You wanna make the cocktail?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so for this cocktail, we will be using lime, oranges, pineapple juice, orgeat from B.G. Reynolds, orange curacao. For the dark Jamaican rum, we will be using Caruba. And for the light rum, we're gonna be using Bacardi 8, which is like the best Bacardi that you can get. Once again, we wanna thank our sponsor, Greg, for sending us this Japanese shun knife.
Thanks, Greg.
See? According to the glass, it says 1/2 fresh lime. Okay, 1/2 fresh lime. You wanna cut that in half? Be very careful with that knife.
At least you told me. All right, Greg, we're gonna test your knife here.
It's so sharp. Squeeze the lime in there. Have you ever used one of these things before?
This will be my first time using one of these.
So we're going by the directions on the
glass.
On the glass. So it says 1/2 of a lime. So we're gonna use a full lime, which probably means about 1 ounce of lime juice. And before you pull that away, turn it sideways. Ooh.
Look at that.
And then do that again.
Oh, sorry. I get you.
It's all right. All right. That's probably about 1 ounce of lime juice, but literally on the cup, it says 1/2 fresh lime. 1 ounce of pineapple juice.
Oh Lord, you're gonna make me cut that? You trust me too much.
I do.
All right.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep. Oh my God, look at that knife.
This knife is insane.
I know, it's super good. Before you do the whole thing, we're gonna need one of those for garnish. So let me see that real quick.
All right.
I wanna cut one into a thing like this, and then we will take it and go like that, and like that. So we'll save this for the garnish.
Okay. All right, here's all these pieces. Okay, so I'm gonna take this little piece, and this is gonna be the tester to see if this thing works. I don't know if we're gonna get any juice out of this, but something's gonna happen.
Something's happening.
Something's happening. Look from this tiny little piece. Look at that. It's so cute.
All right. I had somebody in the comments the other day. I was like, yeah, maybe we could just measure out ice in an ounce thing. Some guy in the comments was like, these guys are obviously not bartenders. And I was like, yeah, I know.
How much do we need? Thing's working like a champ.
Yeah, we need an ounce. Okay, so that's 1 ounce. We need 1 more ounce of pineapple juice. It's totally working.
Totally.
It's ruining the whole pineapple though.
Juicy.
You can't eat the pineapple now.
I mean, you can.
This is taking forever. Okay, I think that's about it.
That's pretty good, right?
All right, so 2 ounces of fresh pineapple juice.
Doesn't get any fresher than that.
It doesn't. It was very fresh.
You literally saw me do it.
I did. Orange juice. No, there's an orange.
I'm like, when do I have orange juice?
People don't know this, but there is orange juice.
This is where orange juice comes from.
Inside there, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
1 ounce of orange juice per drink.
Yeah, this is not going to fit in that. So,
No, you're probably
we're going to have to
squeeze
do it the old-fashioned way. Huh?
Oh, really?
I don't know. What are you thinking?
I usually go like this.
That's what I was going to do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but with just like this half because I have littler hands. How much do we need?
We need 2 ounces. So I'm almost at 1 ounce here. So hopefully the other half will do that other ounce.
I'm going to bring it home.
All right, you're
Look
on.
at that. So much pressure. Oh, we got a half, 1.5. It's kind of perfect.
It's kind of perfect.
It's like this orange was meant for this.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get it to do?
I think that's 2. All right. 2 ounces of orange juice. Wow, this is getting to be a tall drink here.
I love it already.
1 dash of orgeat.
How much is a dash? Like you could just... Oh.
So on the show, we try to be super meticulous about measuring. This says a dash. Now, a dash in Trader Vic's terminology is a 1/4 ounce. I don't know what to do about this. A dash would normally just be like, blip, there's a dash. But Trader Vic says the dash is a 1/4 ounce. So do we go by what Trader Vic says?
Yeah, I think so.
Or do we go by what the Don Ho? How would Don Ho do it? Would Don Ho do it just like a dash? Like
See, he seems kind of like a little bit of a rebel, you know? So
So you
he'd just
think
be
he
like,
was-
dashes go with what you feel. You know, but I feel like Trader Vic would be like, no, we should probably, you know, he's got a few, you know, recipes. So it kind of, I would go with the one who knows a little bit more what they're doing. He's just like, you know,
Okay.
it's fine, you know.
Okay, we're gonna go with a 1/4 ounce as per Miss Terra here.
Oh. Okay.
Well, we need 2 quarters.
Yes, that is a half.
That is
so-
a half. You nailed it. 1/2 ounce of orgeat, right?
Yes.
Where's our recipe book here? 1 dash orange curacao.
Oh, okay, this right here. Okay, so I just gotta do what I did last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Nailed it. I'm getting so good at this.
So 1/4 ounce per cocktail or 1/2 ounce for 2. We did the lime juice.
The lime.
1 ounce dark Jamaican, 1 ounce light rum.
Okay. here we go.
Stir. Stir? Oh, for God's sakes.
All right. How much was it again?
1 ounce per cocktail, so 2 ounces.
Okay. All right.
Perfect. Smell that.
Ooh, that smells good. That smells smooth.
Carib is a great, cheap mixing rum.
Yeah.
And I believe the Tiki tea in Hollywood, I believe the Tiki tea in, I guess it's Hollywood. No, it's not Hollywood. It's on Sunset.
That's over on Sunset. Oh yeah, I've been there. Yeah. Once upon a time.
In Hollywood.
Huh.
What do you think about corks?
I appreciate them. How much of this anyways?
2 ounces.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And there we go. So this is the drink right here. Well, this is 2 drinks. It's a lot of drink.
That's a lot of drink.
Yeah. Now, totally off the script from any tiki cocktail that we've ever experienced up to this point, the back of this glass tells us to stir. Stir. Stir and garnish with mint. Okay.
Your mint.
For the first time ever on the show, we are going to stir this cocktail. It's a weird way to make this drink. You listen to the glass, right? Like the glass is the boss.
The glass knows it all. All right, I think. We're stirred.
So what we're gonna do now is we are going to fill a couple of glasses with shaved ice. Okay, you get the one with the dude on it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Look at that little smug little smile on his face. He knows.
He knows.
He knows.
We had a song in the Hula Girls called Suck 'Em Up. Okay, and I'm gonna strain it, I guess, because that's what you do with stirred drinks.
Yeah, I would trust you to do that more than myself.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Do that.
I think Don Ho approved.
I think he's cool with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Add a little bit more ice to Phil. Who's Phil? Okay, and then pineapple for the garnish.
Look at that, so cute.
And on mine. And then to match the graphics on the cup, we're going to use traditional Maraschino cherries.
Let's see. All right. Oh, look at that. I got 1.5. How about that?
Fancy.
Yeah, you know.
They say to garnish it with mint and an orchid.
Oh, yeah.
Don't have any orchids.
I'm not prepared for this.
I don't know what I'm going to go buy a whole orchid.
I feel like Don Ho would be okay with that, though.
Okay.
He'd just be like, you know, what's important is you tried.
Thank you. Do you know what you're supposed to do with mint?
No.
Take that.
Okay.
Let me get mine. You're supposed to whack it onto your hand.
Okay.
What's so funny about that?
And I'm supposed to just like beat the mint.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So it wakens up the aroma.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. All right, and then it sits right behind the pineapple.
Oh, look at that.
And so, from the 60s in Waikiki, Hawaii, this is the Don Ho Suck 'Em Up Mai Tai. Aloha.
Aloha. I like your style.
Thank you. It's really good.
This is really good.
It's wow, it's
this
really
is really good.
I was expecting to get kind of more of a tourist Mai Tai, but there's no grenadine in this. It's still made with really good quality ingredients. It's
Yeah, this is like something that's just like a good bad idea. Like it tastes so good.
a good bad idea.
You might make really good bad decisions after you drink something like this. Right?
Guess we'll see.
That's like
What are the taste characteristics that you are getting from this?
I mean, definitely citrus, obviously. But what's really nice is that as I'm taking a drink of this, I'm getting the mint. Like I'm smelling it, but I can also, you can't really taste it a lot, but you're just getting a whole profile taking a drink, right?
Yeah, totally.
I mean, and it's like you're in Hawaii.
The mixture of like the pineapple juice and the orange juice and the lime juice, there's nothing that really jumps out at you.
No.
It's just like fruit juice and it's delicious.
It melds together really well.
It's super good. I would say to make these taste good, you have to make sure that you're using good rums and fresh juices. And I think that,
Definitely.
yeah. And with the Curacao and the Orgeat, obviously this is a little bit more than today's conventional tourist Mai Tai.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, tourist stuff, you don't know what you're gonna get. This is really tasty.
So beyond modeling, you are in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Kind of in a roundabout way.
In a roundabout way, as in like the end result.
The end result, yeah. You've managed movie theaters, right?
Yes.
For a long time.
For about 16 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a long time. I saw the change from film to digital, and it's a whole different landscape.
You were telling me earlier that you know really well how to change reels and how to splice stuff.
Yes. Film was so cool to work with because, I mean, it's something tangible. It's something you can hold up to the light. You can see the picture through it, you know, and now with digital, you can't do that. You know, I mean, I have an appreciation for it, but it's just not the same feeling. I mean, it's like listening to music, like on iTunes or something versus listening to an album.
Yeah.
Watching a movie on film versus watching it digitally. Yeah, it might be a little bit more crisp. It might be a little bit more perfect. But the things that I enjoyed about it is the little imperfections and the things that only the film person would know.
Yeah,
you
sure.
know,
like the cigarette burns.
That's what I was about to say. Those cigarette burns that you see in the corner. We would know that means the reel's about to change.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like most people watching that, they don't know that if they ever even saw it, or
Yeah.
if they just saw it at a movie like Fight Club, then they know that that's there.
It's exactly where I saw it.
I know.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're right. I would never have noticed that. I would have been
No.
like, what the hell? I guess.
It's like all these crazy little nuances about it that most people don't notice, but I always notice.
Yeah, and you really can't fake film a film look really on digital projection stuff, can you?
No, I mean you can get the aesthetic and that's fine, but you're still not going to get that 24 frames per second, you know, type of look. And there might be some scratches, there might be a little bit of dust. I mean, if the person in the booth's doing their job, you're not going to have that. But
Sure.
you know, but it's just those little things that can happen that you don't get with digital, but that kind of added to kind of the experience of it. It made you feel a little more like you're a part of it.
Yeah, and that you were actually seeing a presentation.
Yes.
It wasn't somebody hitting the play button on a VCR or
Exactly.
or a DVD player or whatever.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and that's what it is now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all, a lot of it's so automated, and you know, it just automatically goes. The cues automatically go. There's most of the time there's not somebody in the booth.
Wow.
You know, they'll go check on things, but it's just not like it was. I mean, it used to be a full-time job. There used to be a union for it where the person would be in the booth working on these projectors, getting these movies to start, dealing with the crazy disasters that would happen with film.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
Fires
God,
and-
oh God. Don't even know. I mean, it can get really crazy up there. I mean, there were times when we would have a movie playing in one auditorium and it would be on film, but we would also have to be showing it in another auditorium, so we would have to do what's called interlocking. So we would have to run it through a series of rollers and things on the walls to another projector.
Oh, wow.
And so we would basically, it's called threading. We would thread it through 2 projectors, and you'd have to play those at the exact same time. And if something happened with that first projector, guess what's going to happen on the next one? It could get really ugly really fast.
That's
but,
amazing.
Yeah, it was really crazy to deal with and work with, but those are kind of the things that I miss a little bit.
I'm sure, yeah, because you never know what's going to happen. And
Exactly. It's like, and even in the chaos of it, there was just still something so special, because a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people have never even seen that. A lot of people, they know what a reel looks like, but they don't really know what it does.
Sure.
You know, so you know, so it just felt like something really, really special.
What's the difference between watching a movie in your home on a big screen TV and watching it at the theater?
The full experience. When you're at home, you don't necessarily have the surround sound. You're not going to have, you're at home, you're comfortable, you're probably thinking about all the things you have to do at home. You're thinking about what's going on outside. When you're at the theater, that's somebody else's turf. You don't have to worry about anything. You can sit in that seat, you know, people make a mess, you know, it's like, that's fine. You wouldn't do that at home. You would do the same, you would do things there that you wouldn't do at home. So it's just kind of, it's different. Plus you have the surround sound, you have that big screen, you have that big projection, you have different experiences that you have at the movie theater. Some of them have like 3D and, you know, you can do that at home, but it's just not going to have the same effect.
Yeah, unless you have like a mansion and like a
Exactly.
theater in your house.
Part of it too is having a shared experience with other people. Even just having a shared experience with strangers. You know, whether you realize it or not, like that does have an impact on people. If you go all see the same action movie over the weekend, you know, you're going to hear people reacting to some of the same things that you do. And so you kind of feel a little bit of a connection, you know, with strangers.
For sure.
And so it's like experiencing something new.
Yep, and like premieres too, like exciting premieres where everybody lines up for days or whatever. Yeah,
it's the whole experience of it. It's not just watching a movie, it's everything.
Do you ever see that going away?
No. Oh no. VHS didn't kill movie theaters.
Right.
It could have. They were really worried about it at the time, but it's an experience that you cannot replicate. And, you know, a lot of movies are made for the big screen. Like if you're going to see Godzilla versus Kong, you can watch that at home, that's fine, but it's not going to have the same impact as if you go see it at the movie theater.
That's true, it won't. Joker, I think was the first movie I saw in the theaters in like 7 years.
Oh my God, what are you doing with your life? Like living?
Yeah, like not going and
you mean you
3
actually
hours.
like do stuff and not just go watch movies?
But I went there with my buddy Josh, and the colors, and it's such a great movie.
Oh yeah.
Having been away from a theater for so long, going and seeing now bigger seats and more reclining, and
Oh yeah.
It was a nice treat. I think there's still a place for that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's like people want to leave their houses.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now.
Mm-hmm.
We've all basically been stuck there for a while. Now some people got really comfortable and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to each their own. But I know a lot of people are really ready and raring to get out.
You've been modeling for how long?
Since I was 18.
Oh wow.
So I don't want to age myself. But since I was 18.
So 3 years she's been modeling.
3 years, yeah, 3 years. Well, my first official modeling thing, I was actually scouted on MySpace. Okay, I wasn't gonna age myself. But yeah, I got scouted on MySpace it was a motocross event.
Oh,
actually,
wow.
Yeah, in Buchanan, Michigan.
Okay.
Redbud, so if anybody knows about Redbud, you're probably a motocross person because it's a pretty big deal for them. So it was really interesting. I don't know anything about dirt bikes, and it was really fun.
Yeah, I bet it was.
I'm like, I didn't know anything about what I was supposed to sell, but I sold it, so it's fine.
Is there a high point in your modeling career thus far?
I don't think I'm there yet. Because I just want to do anything that I can do and everything. So
Yeah.
I feel like even if I have hit a high point, there's going to be another one.
That's great.
You know,
yeah.
there's going to be more. There's going to be more milestones. There's going to be more goals. So I'm just going to keep going.
I think we were talking about the first time that you and I shot together was what, 3 years ago?
3 or 4.
And I haven't seen you in 4 years.
Yeah.
Weird.
4 years. That's so crazy though. It's like it feels like it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it does. And those are still some of my favorite photos that I've ever taken ever.
Those were so much fun because it was so on the fly.
Yeah, and we try to do a lot of things in the span of one night, and like a lot of different looks. I had like this Japanese robe, and you're like, yeah, whatever, I'll put that on.
Let's do it. Give me a smoke bomb and a lantern. We'll see what happens. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I know, in the wilderness.
In the wilderness. Hey, go stand by that pond. All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
But that's like when you get the greatest stuff though, is when you just kind of go on the fly, don't necessarily plan too hard.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, at least that's how I feel.
What other tiki bars have you been to?
I've really only been to the one you mentioned on Sunset.
Mm-hmm.
And then at Clifton's. That's the only one I've been to out here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so you've never been to Frankie's in Vegas? No. So most like pinup models say Frankie's because they only know that because they've gone there during Viva Las Vegas. But,
oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
I've only
year.
been to Viva Las Vegas one time, and I don't remember most of it. But I do remember that I somehow made my flight home. It was great. My friend and I, it was a whole thing. I made my hair last all weekend. Like we just
Same
didn't
hair?
give a It was I made it last all weekend. You just kind of rework it every night, you know? And so I was just like, well, let's gonna do this tonight. Well, this is what we're doing because we would rather be out there having fun than putting ourselves together. Like I get that, I appreciate that. That works for some people, but for me, I'm like, I want to go experience things. I want to go do stuff. I want to go everywhere and do everything. So for me, it was just like, all right, I'm gonna nurse this hangover till about 4, and then we're gonna go back to. It took that long.
Oh no!
I would be sitting in the bathtub like I can't see straight still, and then we'd be like, all right, Laura, you ready to go? And then she'd be ready to go at some point, and we would get there eventually.
There's a way to get away from that hangover. It's called getting back on the horse.
That's what we did the whole weekend.
Yeah, that's what you do.
And our flight left at 7 a.m. on Sunday morning. And we were still at the Orleans like 5 a.m. Like still going for it. And she's talking to this guy. I'm letting her do her thing. You know, I'm not trying to get in the way, but I didn't know where she went. I totally lost her. And, you know, I got all distracted. And then it came to the point where we had to call her friend to take us to the airport. And I didn't have her friend's number. And I'm just like, okay, I have to find Laura. I don't know where she went. And she's with this strange guy and I don't know where she went. I was hunting around the whole hotel for her because I'm like, we have to call her friend to get us to the airport or we're not going to get there.
Yeah.
We're both drunk, obviously. So eventually, I found her. It was like maybe 5:30 in the morning, and our flight left at like 7. Like we were running so behind. So I find her, and I am a little bit nervous. I'm like, can you call your friend? We need to get to the airport. And she's like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. And her friend shows up, and I'm not even kidding. We showed up to the airport. I still had my drink in my hand. Like I didn't even know what was going on. Like I didn't even realize that I was a glass drink. Like I just walked in like, all right, you know. And I'm pulling my behind me. My hair's all a mess. Like I looked Like, I had a really good time. And we just looked at each other like, I wish somebody were here to like paint us. Because I feel like we are such a picture right now. She didn't really have like luggage with wheels. She just had this really long, like human-sized duffel bag. And she's dragging that across the floor, all sorts of stuff. She's like pulling that into the airport. And I'm like walking in with my like, where do I go? And we didn't know like what we were doing. And then I realized eventually that I still had my drink in my hand, and I was like, I should probably ditch this. So I did. I ditched it, really nonchalant. And we made it to the gate just before they closed it.
No way.
Just before they closed it.
Oh,
and then we slept the whole way home. Like, it was just, it was a whole show, and there's a lot more that I can't tell you.
Viva Las Vegas will beat you up.
I only went once, and I think that's all it took.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I get it. You're gonna make good, bad decisions.
This last little bit here, I've missed playing with my guys, playing the hula girl stuff. Mm-hmm. But Viva Las Vegas is the only other thing that I've really, really missed.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I feel like I have to go this year.
Why wouldn't you?
Why not?
I don't know.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. And with that, folks, thank you so much for joining us once again on Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much to my friend, Miss Terra. What is your Instagram?
Pinup Terra Jackson. So it's Pinup Terra, Terra.
It's a weird way to spell Terra.
Yeah, it's a weird way to spell Terra. I mean, it is. Like, even half my family can't spell it right, so it's fine.
All right. So your Instagram is?
Pinup Terra Jackson. So that's Pinup, Terra, spelled weird. JXN, also spelled weird for Jackson, but I needed to shorten it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's efficient.
It's efficient.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers to that. Suck 'em up.
Suck 'em up. Like, I think I drank all my drink. Yeah, no, it's not like a race.
I'm still sucking them up. I'm still.
Sheesh. The next recipe on the. What the f?
Me, a dash is like I would pour it in my hand and then go like this.
Can you say, what does that say on the top?
Kahana Mokos? Mokus?
Oh.
Kahana Mokus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Kahana Moko.
I can read cursive, even though they're not teaching it anymore. That makes me feel really extra special, but I know it.
Duke Kahanamoku was an American Olympian. He was the ambassador of surfing. He like toured the world showing people how to surf.
So was he getting like wasted on Mai Tais and then surfing?
I don't know, maybe. Oh, there was a story.
What?
Oh my God, why are you yelling at me? The only time I almost saw Don Ho, almost, I didn't get to see him. I was in Waikiki. This is probably like 2003-ish, something like that. I make reservations online, and then I get on the airplane, and I fly to Hawaii with my girlfriend at the time. Finally, I don't remember where it was, but it was in the Don Ho showroom or something. We go to the podium, and I'm like, hey, we have reservations for the Don Ho show. And she's like, oh, yeah. Well, Don Ho's in Orange County. And I was like, Orange County? What do you mean Orange County where? Orange County, California. I was like, we just came from there.
I was just there.
So that was the only time that I was gonna see Don Ho in Waikiki. And he was here. He was like
the
here.
Whole time.
Not the Breezeway, but he was.
So close.
I appreciate you being so upset for me.
So close. I mean.
I heard that during his shows, he would be drinking, I don't know if it was these Mai Tais, but he was drinking something the whole time. And
I hope it was these.
He would get wasted on his shows.
I could see how that would happen with this particular.
Yeah. Tiny Bubbles, I think, hit number 57 in the American charts or something.
Wow, that's a pretty major song.
I mean, it's 57, but I don't have anything in the charts.
I know, it's more than I got.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
I don't have my face on a glass. I mean,
we could change that.
We could.
Wait, what is this car?
Probably the same guy that's been
just going back and
He's
forth.
just going around the block. He's like, you know what? I know you're doing something, and I'm going to be obnoxious.
I'm not going to let you become a YouTube star.
I'm going to listen to terrible music and just keep going around the block.
Mm-hmm. Like, here's ish. It's not that funny. Maybe it is.
Maybe. I mean,
let's do the orgeat.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a typo. We had a few cocktails before making this cocktail so we could practice how to use the knife on the fruits, because there's a certain technique involved in that and a certain finesse.
What are you talking about? You're getting your sleeves and all the gook.
I'm gonna smell amazing.
Face on the cup thing. We could change that. Maybe the next Breezeway cocktail hour glass is Terra.
Could be. I could have a recipe.
What's your recipe gonna be?
I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. I'll have to get back to you on that. I don't know. But it will involve probably some of these things.
It'll be mostly these things.
Mostly these things.
You can't really taste the pineapple in this though.
No, I feel like we could have used a little bit more. I mean, we have.
But you can't really taste the orange either.
No, it's like the
just some fruit juice.
Perfect. Yeah. It was like,
Yeah.
I think we measured it too perfectly.
No, I think we did the job.
We did it too well.
It's like those people on like the resumes that they're like, what's your biggest weakness or whatever?
Yeah. And they're like, I can't say no.
I just care too much.
I just care so much. You know, but some people are honest, and I'm like, I want those people because I know they're less likely to lie to me when they're working here.
Yeah, when they're stealing Whoppers.
Yeah, I'd be like, did you steal that?
That's a candy, right?
I mean, we don't sell it because it's gross. Does anybody eat those?
There goes our Whoppers sponsorship. Also, I would like to welcome to the show a model who I have worked with a few times now. Ladies and gentlemen, Pinup. Come on, man.
We're trying to do something here.
But you do spell Terra weird.
Or correct.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. It's a shot across the bow of every other Terra out there. 1 ounce of...
Who put that there? You want to switch spots? I'm shorter than you.
No, this is my spot. I want to confuse America.
Oh, that's true. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'm looking at anymore. So if I go too fast,
We're
it's
pretty
going to
full.
go everywhere.
That's what she's...
Yeah, come on, I'm a lady.
So...
And we're back.
And so, from the 60s, 70s in... What are we talking about? And so, from the 60s... And from who knows when, 50s, 60s, 70s maybe? 60s, 70s? 60s, 70s. I'm concerned that bottle is blocking you.
Oh, so I'm not that short.
I think we're done here.
I think I drank it all.
Did you?
No. Yes.
Last episode, I was mentioning that the Hula Girls wrote a song called Suck 'Em Up, specifically around this glass, and it was the only way that I memorized the ingredients for a Mai Tai, even though these are the wrong ingredients. So in the song, I sing the Trader Vic's Mai Tai ingredients, but it was based around this glass.
So what you're saying is you based the song around the wrong recipe.
I based the song around the right recipe.
But it's this glass.
Weird.